For those who are familiar with the weebery, and I don't know why I keep bringing that up, what are weebs, guys? Is it just people who are into hentai or not? Like, what are they? Like, is it just a derogatory term? People who like anime? Or
a weeaboo
weeaboo.
Someone who is interested in Japanese culture to an unhealthy degree.
Yes. Sounds like a textbook answer if I ever heard one,
yes.
David. No,
I wouldn't put David in that classification, unfortunately. I might slightly fall in that category.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, like, weeb is one of those terms that I think most people. It used to be like more derogatory.
It was a slur. It was when you called
than
somebody
it is
weeb,
now.
yeah.
I think most of the time now it's just thrown around as a joke. Yeah. Because like I've described myself as a weeb a couple of times when, according to the actual definition of what would constitute that. No, no, I definitely like anime, but I'm not. There's no unhealthy interest in Japanese culture in general for me.
Shout out to the Jacob and Kattie Bailey, who would come like every week to Tsunami Tuesday night. They were straight up weebs. I'm calling them out right now. You guys out there, if you're listening to this, you guys are weebs. Like, it was cool because they were like super obsessed with like all the voice actors, so that was kind of cool.
I will say that I do have voice actors that I'm like, they're in this. And I even what role they play. They're like character B. They're like a sub character. And you're just like, they just made this that much better.
They just made this that much better. And that's not what I would constitute as a weeb. And they were just obsessed with anime in general. But they would watch some weird stuff. Some of the stuff they were telling me about. I'm like,
there's
what?
Just like
you're watching that?
Well, they were weird people.
Yeah.
Still are, I'm
sure. Yeah.
Just like
we love you guys.
The dark webs, there's the dark animes.
There's the dark animes. Oh man. So but speaking of like recommendations like we've had, what would you recommend? A recommendation for the familiar, or a few, and some for the unfamiliar? Like, what would it be for you two? Like, what would you recommend to somebody like we've established, like Nicole,
right?
Who, or like I would probably, like, if I were to sit my dad down and I would have him watch something.
I feel like I've caught your dad watching anime before.
Like the girls would watch it and he would just sit in and just be like, in the living room, living there,
No, I'm pretty sure he was invested.
Which one was it? Do you know?
I don't remember. He looked like he was intently watching.
He was intently watching. Okay, yeah. But David, let's start with you. What would